Hi friends, welcome to Caroline and Rashi.
Yes, we are here. We have made it. How are you?
Go, it's been a busy day. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't know. I was just talking to Caroline because I don't know what's going on with my throat.
Oh, I know. I think you're getting sick.
You know,
It's going around.
it is just so annoying because you try to just keep going. You're like, wait, no. I think it's fine. It's fine. But anyway, so I just texted the lady who's a doctor and seeing what's going to happen.
Yep.
So, you know, we'll
That
see
was
what happens.
Anthony had something, then I got something.
I know. And it's
And
like,
now you're getting it.
yay.
Yep, your turn. Tag, you're it.
I know, right? Okay,
It really,
so
that's how it goes in this newsroom.
it really does, because we spend so much time together so closely, and
This is the first day my voice sounds normal-ish. Yeah, it sounds normal
good,
now.
yeah.
It's been really raspy and
what's crazy is how we feel we sound, because how we sound in our head.
you know what? It was more like low energy for me.
Yeah,
I was
think it
like
low energy for you.
so low energy, but now I feel good. Everything's
Good.
fine.
Good.
So
it's all good, and you know what's great is when people have good etiquette. What's like one of your pet peeves with people with bad?
oh, there's
etiquette?
so many. My goodness. Bad table manners really bug
I was
me.
gonna say like eating with your mouth.
Yeah.
That's a thing definitely. Are we doing something?
Yeah, we are hearing a lot of stuff in our IFBs.
Are. Okay, so the reason I
It sounds
asked
like
you-
someone chewing.
Yes, someone's mic is on. It
So-
drives us nuts because we have these little earpieces in our ears, so it's like we're hearing something else too. But anyway, the reason I'm saying this, and I'm really excited about this show because Caroline has no idea what all I picked out. So there's some common etiquette rules that we all have to follow, and some we like to do away with. So people online, there's been a survey, and they're currently weighing in on a few that they don't agree with. So I wanted to know what you think about these etiquettes. Not taking the last piece of food on a shared meal. Let's talk about this. So say
They
you're,
disagree with it?
yeah, like that these should not be like etiquette rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Like taking the last bit?
Well, I always ask, who
Right.
wants it? Please take it. I don't want to be the last person to take it. And if everybody is seriously like, no, then I'll like probably split it in half
Yes.
or like split it in threes.
Right.
Because I don't want to wait. It's so pointless to waste a piece of food.
It is. And like when you're like in a setting with friends,
Yeah.
it's different than when you're one-on-one with your significant other
Yes.
because now we're just like, you
Yeah.
just take it. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I normally will split it and ask, but I would never just like awkwardly grab the last piece.
That is not okay.
Right.
You don't just take the last
Yeah.
piece.
But also everyone's thinking the same thing. So as long as
Yes.
I'm with a group of people that I'm comfortable with,
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, who wants it? Or I'm splitting it.
Right.
Like let's but is that bad etiquette?
No, that's not bad. I think that what I also have done is when we're in a large group is should we order another? Will people
that's
eat
a
some
good
more? Like,
suggestion.
would y'all want some more, or do you want to just have the last bite, or that sort of thing? Because it
Well,
always
and
does become
sometimes
awkward.
I feel like when you do go out to eat, it's like at a nicer place. So I really don't want to see that piece of shrimp cocktail.
Right.
That's probably like
Right.
$12 for the piece go to waste.
Well, the most awkward thing is when no one makes the decision and the waiter is about to take it away, and you're like,
You're
wait,
like,
hold on.
I know. I do that
I'll
with
just do it, guys.
With cocktails, sometimes like at the real bottom, they'll go to take my drink away. Like, oh no,
Yeah, we're not
Like,
done.
These are expensive these days. Like
Yes.
it's worth the extra
Yes,
sip.
have to do every little bit. Okay, so what about not telling someone they have food in their teeth or that their zipper is down?
Oh my gosh. Well, I try to tell people.
I mean, we tell each other.
Yeah.
We're close, we tell each other, and I understand people who might not know the other person and
Yeah.
not want to say anything. But I think that if you're taking a picture or if you're
Yes, the way
somebody,
especially in this career when we're interviewing a lot of people, there have been times where the person that I'm interviewing has something in their teeth, on their face, a zipper might be down. I always tell them because why in the world would I put them on camera for tons of other people to see
Right.
if there's something wrong? So I think it's just doing a favor.
yes, and I think that shouldn't be bad etiquette. I think the way you approach it, it's all in how
It
you do
is.
that.
You don't want to just blurt it out in front of the whole group or a bunch of different people. You want to just say, hey, you got a little something. If you
Right,
could do it
right,
quietly,
right.
a little more privately, I think that's fine. Then they're like, oh my goodness, thank you for telling me that,
Yes,
right?
yes. One time I did it to where I wasn't trying to be awkward and made it extremely awkward because I said, hey, do I have anything on my teeth? And they're like, no, well, you do. doing it that way.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
here's one, and there's all this etiquette with texting, and we've talked about how we feel some kind of way when people don't use emojis or exclamation marks. It just kind of isn't the vibe that we go for sometimes, but we do know people that are like that anyway, so we just kind of roll with the punches. But what about people who do not, or they're expecting this immediate call or text back? What are your thoughts on that?
I a lot of times let my text sit there and marinate because I just get so overwhelmed and I'm trying to focus on so many things at work that I cannot always be texting back.
And I think that that's something that the other person has to understand.
Yeah.
Except for when it comes to like your significant other or somebody that you're trying to plan things with or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's more than a few hours, I'm like, hey, did you get my text?
Yeah.
Or did you, you know, but other people, I don't think, even like close friends or.
No, I don't take offense to it and I hope they don't either.
Yes.
And I feel like most of the people I'm friends with, they're low maintenance friends. So they don't like think, honestly, I've never in my life been like, oh, I texted this friend and I still haven't heard back. I'm busy. I forget. I'm doing my own thing and I forget that I even maybe texted them.
But I think that you are different because you have so much going on. So for someone who might not have so much going on, they may expect that because that's happened with me.
I can think of one, I don't want to call this person a high maintenance friend, but a little bit like that. I'll get hit with a question mark, you know, or an exclamation point, or a, hey, I texted you yesterday.
Right. Yes, I've had that too.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like talking right now.
Yeah, exactly.
There have been times where I have, because I drive here, it's about a 30-minute drive, so I'll like call, and then they'll call back when I'm like not in the mood to talk.
Yeah, no, totally. What's funny, because basically Rashi and I, since we're co-anchors, you hear the expression a lot. Like I know Melissa always calls DeLon like her work husband, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, technically, this makes Rashi and I like in a work relationship, right? So there are times that Rashi or I will text and then immediately we'll like follow up with a call and then another call because it's like important about work, which is so funny. That's very like relationship-y, which is hilarious.
I think, ours is super relationship-y because when it's about serious business, there's no exclamation
I know,
marks.
it's just like gotta get a hold of Caroline. Hey,
or
you know, it's
text
like
message is like one word answers. So
I feel like we're the exception because we're friends, but we also have this work relationship. So there's so many times that it's a text followed by a call, another call if she didn't answer.
Right. Just a whole bunch of.
But I also know you're driving in.
Yes.
And I'm not driving in at that time.
Right.
So I understand, like, if I see you call, I try to call back because I'm figuring you're driving.
Right. Yeah. But I think there's a beauty and we should be grateful when you meet people who understand your texting or calling situation. Yeah. So if they understand, you just pick up right where you left off, even though the text wasn't responded back in like weeks or whatever the case may be. Actually, one of my best friends I'm not joking, this happened today. I checked the mail and this congratulation card for something, you know, the mayor thing. It came in today. I just found it, yeah.
Oh my, wait, you just found it? Or
no, she just found it. She just sent it, yeah. And she's like, well, sorry, I never, you know, did it. I mean, what I'm saying is there's always a delay. It's fine.
Hilarious.
It's just like,
aw, that's so nice,
It is
though.
what it is, yes. So
when Rashi had her day dedicated to
the Mayor's Day thing. And so anyway, she responded to that.
It's so funny.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. I think this is very important, swim lessons, when it comes for little kids. When did you start learning how to swim?
I don't even
Like,
remember because I was
young.
so
Yes,
young. Yeah.
And a lot of people, and I bring this up because there are so many swim lessons that are for free, and we're talking about one of them at Typhoon, Texas. They're having one. It's a water park, and they're having swim lessons just because it's so important. We talk about on the news drownings all the time, and it's
so much.
So unfortunate, even though you may feel that your child knows how to be in water. We're talking swimming, like being able to get out of the water. We've had kids that have been able to go into the hotel pool without the parents knowing, or whatever the case may be. It is so very important.
Open water is very dangerous too.
Yes,
you know.
with like Galveston Island, we talk about that all the time as well.
Lakes.
So I just wanted to bring this up because we used to go to the YMCA. In taking my children to private swim lessons, just because that has worked for us, and it's short, it's 20 minutes, but it's been effective. So that's out there too, and I didn't know that many parents didn't even know that that was an option.
Wow.
So Typhoon, Texas, which I thought was really cool because that's a water park, so they have this class that's happening. It's 30 minutes, and it's open to children of all ages, and parents are encouraged to come as well, pre-register their children. It's the world's largest swimming lesson in an event that aims to build awareness around the importance of teaching kids safety in the water. And drowning is the #1 cause of death in children ages 1 to 4. Some of the other areas, other than the local YMCA, there are free classes also offered at the city's actual, like the municipal, and they'll have an area with the pool where they have free classes. So I really do encourage everybody, because I see so many kids out there with floaties, and that's actually worse because they depend on the floaties. So I never even looked at it that way.
Wow.
But when you go into the water without a floaty, obviously you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of...
But I always see these little babies in these swim lessons, and that actually makes me so nervous.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure if I had kids, I would do that, but it still makes me nervous.
It does.
They're so little and they get like dunked under the water.
I know, but you're supposed to be able to do it. The swim coach that we go to, she just threw Liana in the water, like after her swim lessons, to show how she's progressed. And I'm like, what? And then she just got up, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So, wow. So it's working.
Oh, yes, it's working. And it's, I mean, but that's my point. And I know that, you know, we usually have fun topics and stuff like that. But when I came across this, I thought it was so important because parents think they themselves know how to swim. But we're talking when you have a current, or if you are trying to save someone in deep water, are you able to do that? And you might need swim lessons yourself. So any chance I get, any opportunity I get, thank goodness, knock on wood, I haven't had a personal experience with drowning or anything like that, but I've seen it happen, and it's just
And to get
horrifying.
these lessons for free, take advantage of that. I am sure swim lessons are so expensive.
Right. But they're totally worth it.
Yeah.
To make sure that your kids are.
How crazy.
And it's a great way to get your kids tired too.
Oh yeah, nothing takes it out of you like swimming.
Oh my
Even
goodness.
as an adult, it's like, oh my gosh, the sun and the pool.
Yes, and Coco Dominguez did this thing where this lady has pretty much put this whole business together where it's charcuterie boards and stuff and
for the
floating.
pool.
Yes, and I found some of those boards on Amazon.
Yeah.
Which you can do yourself.
Yep.
I mean, you know, obviously you can get it professionally done too, but how amazing to have something like that and
That's
be in the
fun.
pool.
I've done that with friends at one of my friends' pools.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so fun. You just are in the pool, you have your little drink, and then your charcuterie. And
it's like,
nice and
we're just here. I
cool.
mean, obviously we're not doing backflips and stuff.
I know. Yeah, there was
Just
no kids.
cute, yeah.
So there wasn't anybody jumping in the pool. It's
Right.
probably like, but I mean, I guess you could, you know, use those for like some kids stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could, yeah, while your kids are doing their thing. But it's crazy because adult pool parties are not like, let's see who can swim to the other side the fastest.
No, I mean, until maybe a certain point when the alcohol hits, but for the most part, we're just
like, hi, just getting my toes wet.
Like, you know, a basketball game will break out eventually after a couple drinks.
Right. But it's always a lot of fun. All right, we'll be right back. All right. Well, this is an episode that Caroline hasn't watched yet.
No, I am up to date, so I'm going to. This just dropped.
Yes. And this is pretty surprising. So Kylie Jenner breaks down about her looks. You would think someone that is just so beautiful, so popular.
Successful,
yes, that would
like
not.
One of the most followed people on social.
Right. And I'm so glad that we're seeing this side of her to show people how they're human, just like everybody else. So this was on Thursday's episode of the Kardashians, that is, opening up to her sister Kendall about comments on her looks. Now, this is obviously, there's been a pretty drastic change from in the past 10 years, I would say, with a lot of the surgeries that she's done. So the sisters did open up about their feelings that their famous family is dehumanized by the media and public opinion. This was a quote: "If you talked the same way you do about us, about any other women, people would come to their defense all day long," Kendall said. "But for some reason with us, people don't think we have any feelings." And Kylie said, "It's like a miracle that I can still have confidence and look in the mirror and think I'm pretty. After 10 plus years of hearing about my looks, it just gets exhausting." And Kylie says that she's been on this journey over the last year, dissolving half of her lip filler, but she recounts reading those nasty feedback comments about her looks on her social media, and she finally does break down in tears, admitting, "I've never cried about this before, but I guess it does affect me."
Oh, that makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Because I am, and I've said it before, such a huge Kardashian Jenner fan. I have been since I was young, and anytime anybody starts to diss them, it's like I feel like I'm part of their family. And I'm like, but do you know all the good that they're doing
Right,
too? You
right,
know, and
right.
I was like, well, I like the way they look. So I always try to stand up for them
Yes.
in a way to a certain point.
Right.
But I feel bad. She's so young. She's in her 20s. She's a mom of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been open about things that she's had done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not all of it, but obviously she looks different. But I have to agree with them. The media and our culture is pretty mean and aggressive towards them.
Yes, I definitely think so. But I would also say that hopefully this is a learning tool, this episode, or the fact that she's saying these things, because so many girls do criticize themselves for their looks, and she has the money to do all these things, but she's still, it's all about the internal. And I do really encourage people who want to get plastic surgery or change their look in some way, when they talk to these plastic surgeons, that they ask the reason why they're doing it, because it's obviously something deeper. And I think that the first thing I thought of when I read this about Kylie was, wow, this is something deeper too. You know, it's not all about what you see in the mirror. And she's breaking down about it. Sometimes you don't even realize that there is a deeper issue. And that's the thing.
And you might not.
You know, and you might think, oh my gosh, if I just got my nose done, or if I just had my lips done, or if my bags under my eyes were gone or whatever, I would feel better. You know, I would look better, like with your face. And that's not always true. That's not necessarily the case. I mean,
I agree. Like, a lot of people with weight will be like, if I just lose like this weight, I'll be so much happier. Well, like, I've been there, done that, and I'm still miserable half the time. So, like,
well, yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? I'm like, it's really, you got to fix, like, you have to make yourself internally happy before, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
but I think, you know, it's different with different things. Like, for instance, if you want to get lipo because you're going to feel better because you've been working really hard at it and you haven't been able to get that area out, and it's just going to make you feel more confident, that's fine. That's different. But we know with Kylie, it's been a series of changes. It's not just one thing, it's a lot of different things. And especially teenagers, now they have, I mean, we didn't have it as much as the kids do now with social media.
I mean, I'll never forget the Keeping Up with the Kardashian episode where Kim and her family's like, Kylie, what are you going to say about your lips? They're going to ask you about your lips.
Yeah.
Because that was like when she got her lips done.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But you never know, like, the reaction could be something for the camera or for other people.
What I also have an issue with too is everybody thinks that Kendall is just like this natural beauty queen model, because she is a model and she does take on a more natural appearance. Her makeup's always more natural, hair is more natural. We see her on camera a lot without makeup. But I'm like, y'all.
Oh no, she's had work done. Definitely.
She's had as much. Just as much, just in a different way, because there's different ways of going about it. You can go get huge lips as big as you want, or you could just get a little here and there. You can go get a total facelift, or you can just get like literally a string put in from here to here that pulls your brows up like that, or even just done by Botox.
People have little strings.
If you want,
making their faces go
you might be as skinny as a rail, but you want your body contour, you can go get like lipo and fat replacement.
There's a whole situation.
Do that. So just because one looks more natural than maybe the others, let me tell you. Do your research and you'll see that all of these a big majority of celebrities have things done, whether it's more obvious or not.
Yes. But it all boils down to how you feel in the inside, which is also why I sometimes do my workouts with no music to see if I could like figure out whatever's in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Because many times you use the music not just as motivation, but as a huge
Sometimes
distraction.
I drive and like I drove in silence today. I couldn't find my, and I knew I had my phone, but I was driving, so I couldn't find it. And it just, I was like, I need the silence anyway.
Silence is golden.
Yeah, for sure. But I think too, over the years for me, and I think for you too, like, working out goes from being something that you're doing because all like your friends in their 20s are doing it and we got to be skinny and fit to then like, no, I need to be healthy. I need to clear my mind. And so kind of the reason behind that changes. And so I think that it's always good to make sure that you're in a mature state before making any like permanent body changes, such as plastic surgery, just to make sure that that's something that you do want to do, or maybe just kind of think about it for a set period of time, like really try to get to the bottom reason of it.
Yes.
You know?
And the end result may be the same if you have just done that work internally and you realize you don't need that outward change to feel better.
A lot of women like want certain things done, but I can tell you a lot of those things I don't want done. So I know that for a fact. Like I don't want that. So anyway, we're over on time now.
Yes, we are. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Caroline and Rashi.
Bye, friends.
Bye.